I know it's your 45th anniversary. What are you doing to celebrate?
We decided to visit 45 grants in 45 hours. And that sounds crazy, and it was crazy.
It was crazy, but it's reflective of a grant cycle.
A typical grant cycle for us is around 45 grants, and is this varied? And we've been doing this for 45 years as a foundation, so we said, hey, let's show what this would be like if you did it really, really quickly. We started at 9 p.m. on a Wednesday night and finished at 6 p.m. on a Friday. Very little sleep and took a couple of meal breaks, but otherwise we were non-stop grant makers for 45 straight hours.
So, okay, that sounds crazy. What were those 45 hours like?
45 hours of the entire human experience.
We saw old people, young people, sick people, healthy people.
Super, super excited.
And then tears when we're seeing some of the hardest problems we have to solve in a community being solved by people who care.
We had to figure out all the stops.
Yes. We serve 4 counties. We could have spent 45 hours just driving. So we had to be really strategic about the order in which we went through the grants.
We wanted to see grants in action. For example, we made a grant to Meals on Wheels.
This is unbelievable.
Rather than just stopping and saying, hi, how's the program going, and doing the tour and stuff, we brought them commercial bowls for their kitchen.
Wonderful. We can always use bowls.
Right.
We thought all of these grant recipients, the programs are the friends of the Community Foundation. When you go to someone's house for dinner, you bring dessert. We were applying that same logic. We were saying, hey, we're dropping in on our friends. If a friend has a beautiful new kitchen, you might bring them mixing bowls for their beautiful new kitchen.
So nice to see you in your new exciting space.
So we arrived at the Community Foundation Wednesday night.
Seeing the van with all of the 45 boxes that we're gonna check off. It kind of felt like an expedition of some sort, like you're going on this
road trip.
We did,
but with cameras.
But with cameras.
We packed the van as if we were going on a road trip. And if you imagine you're going on a road trip with 45 stops to see 45 friends, and each one of them, it's a birthday or a wedding or a celebration.
I feel ready.
I'm ready.
Let's do this.
Let's go.
Here we go. To the Philanthropy van.
The first thing that we did when we got on the road and the clock started, we got coffee and donuts.
Yes.
But that was for a reason.
We got some for ourselves, that's true, but we got coffee and donuts to bring to 3 different locations.
So we visited then the NICU.
Yeah, so we went to the NICU,
brought a
and
gift.
what a way to kick it off.
We're bringing some books. We know how important it is for people to start reading to their babies as soon as they bring them home.
As soon as they're born.
Oh, that's so nice of you. Thank you.
We're starting here with the NICU because it's so important to us. It's so close to our heart.
The nurse at the NICU was really excited for the world to get to see their work.
Because not only were we checking in on a grant, but we did give her the opportunity to make a surprise grant.
Yes, you get to make a grant.
You get to make a grant.
You're
Totally of your
choosing
choice.
a
Just
charity.
something local.
The Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Thanks to her, the next child from Elmira that is granted a wish through the Make-A-Wish Foundation, we will support $1,000 of that wish.
Thank you for being our first grant
you.
of our 45 grants.
That's wonderful.
Thank you for being here all night long taking care of these babies. You're doing it for all of us.
That was the first of the many, many, many hugs.
Yeah.
It may have been 45 grants, but it was far more than 45 hugs.
2 down, 43 to go. And I think if we're grading on a curve, that went really well. Our next stop is the Elmira Police Department.
We are here from the Community Foundation to bring you some treats and a grant.
Yeah. Universal words, treats and grants.
Lieutenant, who should we give a grant to?
Arctic League.
That's a fantastic idea.
Well, thank you guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
And then we got some downtime and really got going then in the morning.
We kicked it off at Dutton Peterson Memorial Library in Odessa.
They do great programming there, so it was a chance to go check in, say hi.
All right, let's do it. Hi. Good morning. We love your library.
Beautiful books. We try to do something that's educational. I want to show you our book barn too.
Oh, yes. Yeah. By selling books, they're making money to support the library.
Every Friday,
Friday.
during May till October.
Millennials are using libraries at record numbers. There's a real return to the library with people under, say, 35.
We've gotten funding and all that from the voters, but it's always nice to have support from the Community Foundation.
Well, that's why we're here.
That would be 4. There's 5. We're at the Ark of Chemung Smith Road home in Horseheads.
When you're a senior, I think you need your own space.
They're aging, and to have their own bedroom, their own privacy, their own place to go has just been so exciting for them.
Stop number 6. Probably one of the most important buildings in Elmira. Yeah. Now that it's programmed year-round, that just means so much more for people who live here. All right, Sarah, number 8, check.
That was a good stop. That was a great stop.
What the parents find is when the kids bring home these fruits and vegetables, they're more eager to try them. Number 9, 10's going to be 10th anniversary of Elmira Downtown Development.
Thank you so much.
Let's talk about the story of Frontline Youth Center. What happened at Frontline was sort of magical.
Amazing organization, first of all, serving lots of kids.
Hey kids, come on.
We need your help today.
We give money to programs and all sorts of things to make it better to live here in Elmira. Can you all help us figure out where to spend some money today?
Yeah! Let's spend money for you!
Philanthropy means giving money away to make the world better.
We gave them the chance to give $100 to the youth center, and they opted not to do that. They said, we want to give this to something that's a community need.
What's something you need to live?
Shelter.
Yeah.
Food for people.
Food for people. Around here, I think shelter and food are issues we really have.
They decided to give $100 to this food pantry in Elmira.
Raise your hand if you want to give money to a food pantry. I think we're going to give money to a food pantry.
These are kids who understand food pantries because they need them. They wanted people to be taken care of the way they're taken care of. Their joy, the sheer ecstatic joy they felt in giving $100 away. You know, you use the phrase, it made my day. It made my life. Seeing a group of kids want to take care of someone else, that's exactly what is going to make our community thrive. Yeah. So
we had the need taken care of. We flipped it and said, what is one of your wants?
What do you want
What do you
now?
want for the center?
We asked one girl in particular.
And she said,
a water slide.
And remembering that we were bringing a gift to all of our friends, we brought them a water slide.
So happened to have a water slide in my Mary Poppins bag.
That was pretty magical.
that was a crazy moment.
We talk about the Community Foundation as magic.
Yeah.
Now we have proof.
Yeah, that was magic.
Like, I can't believe you're saying that right now because I have one in my bag.
Then they couldn't believe it either.
No.
The kids were so overwhelmed.
Thank you all. You're fantastic grant makers.
Thanks for the water slide.
Thank you.
I think we all walked out of the Frontline Youth Center a little choked up and like
Yes.
a really happy way.
Really happy. I'm not even sure if we walked out. I think we danced out, maybe floated out.
That was great. Those were good grants. That counts as 2.
Cross off too. It's such a vulnerable community here, and this youth center has really saved a lot of these kids. It makes me very teary.
This changes lives.
Yep.
There is never a time that we do some youth grant making that it isn't sort of the best thing in the world.
So good. You know that a lot of these kids aren't going to homes with even people in them. So when they're at the youth center, it's
Their home.
it's their home.
That is their family room. Here we are at Tanglewood. We've made so many grants here over the years. It's hard to pick just one to talk about, but today we're thinking about the grant we made most recently for equipment for their trail runs. We've been passing playground after playground, and every time we say, oh,
We helped with that one. We did that one. And we did this one.
And we did this one. This one's unique because this is accessible for any kind of body.
The first fully accessible playground in all of Chemung County. If we can do it, anybody can do it.
This is truly accessible. 21.
So Thursday night, we had a chance to drop in on some people so that they could make surprise grants.
Are you ready to make a grant?
Here we are.
Yeah, come on in.
All right.
One charity, $500.
Great nonprofit that's just getting started in the area. End of life care home.
Yeah.
The Bumpus House. Which is going to be a great thing that the community really needs.
The first idea when we were thinking about 45 grants is
Philanthropy happens all night.
yes, yeah, and so giving regular people a chance to make grants.
Hey everybody! I'm Randi, this is Sara.
I'm Sara.
And we're from the Community Foundation, and we're out celebrating our 45th anniversary of the foundation. What we wanted do is ask all of you to help us. We're looking to make 5 grants tonight.
Children's Miracle Network.
Yes, we got one. Thank you.
Second Chance Pet Rescue right here in Corning, a home for animals that don't have a chance elsewhere.
The Kramer Foundation. I worked this year with Riverside Elementary to help raise some funds for them.
How about the Corning Youth Center?
Corning Youth Center.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, perfect.
Meals on Wheels.
Meals on Wheels.
Meals on Wheels, one of the greatest foundations around.
Thank you.
That was some fast $500. That takes us to 30 grants.
Are you ready to get some sleep?
Ready.
Good night, friends.
Good night.
I like when we help people understand that philanthropy doesn't just belong to the rich. It feels that way, but that's not true. Every dollar matters.
Yeah.
And when we made new friends, that is what's going to set up the community foundation for years and years to come.
We are good. Awesome.
Go team. You know this is a place we love.
Tell you what, we love you too.
Hi. We've got some cats.
I know we do. We love helping SPCA and animals and the staff here.
Clear the Shelters is a national event. Obviously, the idea is to clear the shelters.
In honor of our 45th anniversary, our Chief Philanthropy Officer, Penny Lane, is sponsoring 45 cat adoptions.
Please tell Penny Lane that we said thank you.
We will do that.
We will do that. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you
Tom.
so much.
Say hi, Marie.
Who'd like to be cuddled? I'm coming in.
Years ago, this was our final stop of 40 grants in 40 weeks. We're gonna go check out what they've done in the past 5 years. Okay, we're getting there. We are.
One of our favorite stops along the way, for many different reasons, was the Potter's Hands.
Yeah. So this is an organization serving women and girls who've been trafficked.
Victims of sex trafficking. These girls are in slavery. And a group of women about 4 years ago said enough. And so they set out to raise money to build a home.
Nobody should own another person.
And to think the problem is big enough that you need something like this. There aren't homes like this in other communities. Our community is responding to this problem in a big way. I'm so overwhelmingly proud of our community. And the home is beautiful. And for a lot of important reasons, it's private. The location is secret. There will be girls there that have never had a bed to call their own. They will have never had a door they can close that keeps them safe. We're gonna hear their stories. They're gonna lead the way in ending sex trafficking. And it's gonna happen right here. I think these girls have been made to feel really disposable for a long time.
Yep.
And there's something about a place where you say, you are so important.
Leaving, the van was pretty quiet.
That was heavy.
And that stuck with us through the rest of the day, made me feel really good about the work that the Community Foundation specifically and the people in the community more generally are doing around us every day. What are some of the other grants that made you feel like, yeah, we're doing fun things in the community that we can enjoy also?
I just remember the golf carts.
Oh, that was so much fun.
How much fun we had driving around on their patient transportation system, going to the Rockwell Museum, and even though our stop there was to celebrate the Garden of Fire, which I don't directly benefit from this beautiful museum. Transformation Center
Oh my gosh.
Just a buzz with
Yes.
activity.
These
and the work.
amazing volunteers
Yeah.
were in there painting and had given up an entire week.
Unloading all of our gifts, like all the bread that we brought to Pennsylvania Avenue Food Pantry. The art gets pillows.
And then we took a minute and stopped at a cemetery.
Staked flags in the ground.
Yeah, took a minute to remember our veterans.
As we were driving around and going to our stops, we could have
kept
made
noticing all the places we weren't going.
We made a grant to that, and that's one of our programs.
Yeah.
It's everywhere the foundation is touched.
We have made 39 grants. We're gonna give the 40th to someone who was with us for our 40th. John, what do you wanna give a grant to?
I just served 6 years on the board for the Arts Council.
Yay, Arts Council!
There she is. Oh, there she is.
Our Welcome Center is really the first point of contact with our community, and we really want it to shine.
We brought you a little something.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your support.
We're so happy you're here. Bye. Final stop before the finish line party. Let's do it. All right.
Who wants to help us give some money away? We have the food bank and our local pantries. You just made a grant to the Corning Painted Post Food Pantry.
I think everybody should give Katie a big group hug. We just made 3 grants happen. We have 1 left.
Philanthropy, if you literally translate it, means loving humankind. We spent 45 hours running around town, paying attention to how our community loves each other.
Finish line party, here we are.
So at the finish line, we brought 45 hours worth of love into the room. Everyone was there and cheering for this project and really cheering for philanthropy.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. So I see 2 very youngsters. Would you be willing to come and help us make our last grant? Thanks to our friends here, let's give $100 to the Gaffer District. That was our 45th grant at our 45th hour. 45 grants in 45 hours. Thank you all so much.
We think it's really important to tell the story of philanthropy here in the Elmira, Corning, and Finger Lakes region. Our philanthropy, it is the very best of us. And if we don't tell these stories, they don't get told. This social safety net, it's for all people. When you sleep at night, there are firefighters and police officers, ER nurses, and a NICU, because everyone else in the community needs all of these things. Even if your particular life doesn't need it at that moment, you might need it tomorrow.
We did it. It's done. We had the finish line party and everything and the 45th grant.
Thank you to the community for letting us do this. Not just for 45 hours, but every day. I could never have guessed it was going to be probably my 45 favorite hours of my life.
Me too.